Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Rehfeldts and I'm a missionary to Uruguay, South America. I'm serving in the city of Colonia along with my wife Micki and our son Owen. I want to take a few minutes to give you a quick update about how our family is doing as well as what we've been up to in ministry. Our family is doing well. Right now we have one son, his name is Owen, and he started going to school earlier this year. Of course, in the schools here they speak Spanish and we don't have any Christian schools in our city. And so we started sending him to school. We thought, boy, 4 is pretty young. Well, we went for 2 weeks, and then the coronavirus hit, which means, well, he's got to spend more time at home, which we're kind of thankful for because that gives us a little more time to invest in him, inform him, and encourage him. But he's here, and he's doing fairly well with the 2 languages, doing pretty well with both Spanish and English, and we suspect that when he starts going to school regularly, his Spanish will really take off. Well, now that he's at home, that means Micki is spending more time with him. She's at home focusing on being a wife and a mother, really. But she also helps with other ministry activities. For instance, some of you might remember that when we were in town in the United States, we talked about a book that we published in 2018. It's a book on biblical Greek. Micki actually did all the formatting for this book. She did most of the design, and we're actually working on a new work. It's a series of videos that anticipate a book we hope to publish by next year, and I anticipate that Micki will be pretty busy with that this year. And myself, I've been focusing on the Bible Institute, working on this new book that's based on Romans 9 through 11. Just finished teaching some Maranatha Baptist University classes online, and I'm also preaching fairly regularly in our church. When Micki and I moved to Uruguay in 2014, we had no idea that we'd be, within 2 years, moving the seminary and the institute across town because the Lord provided a fairly large property with a large building, which serves as a church across town, one of the church plants from our mother church, which right now we're actually living pretty close to in our neighborhood here. We had no idea that we'd have this opportunity, and so we started driving regularly back and forth, and at that time we began to pray, Lord, if it's your will that we move across town, we pray you'll open that door. Well, the Lord has opened that door, and some great news we have to share is the Lord has given us a beautiful property 1 mile away from the seminary property across town, and it's on the highest part of the city. Beautiful view. You could even see Buenos Aires across the Rio de la Plata. And so we don't know when we'll be able to build there, maybe in the next year or two when we can, depending on when we can sell the house we have right now. But that's a neat development that has happened recently. And as like the rest of the world is right now, we're in times of quarantine. We can see how maybe this has hurt our church in some ways. I think some of our people aren't as encouraged to watch the services regularly online. Maybe they're a little more socially motivated, and we're doing what we can to help and encourage our people. But we also see some positive things that have happened because of the quarantine. For instance, our Easter service, normally we might have 100 people at church for a special service like that. But I can run a quick analysis of the reach of our YouTube videos, and I found that our Easter service was watched on 112 unique devices. Some of them maybe 5 or 10 minutes, others the whole service they watched. But what that means is perhaps between 250 to 350 people watched the service. That means they had the opportunity to hear the gospel and even respond to the gospel. So that's a positive effect of the quarantine. Another positive way the quarantine has affected us here is that normally in the Institute we have between 10 and maybe 12 or 14 students enrolled. And right now, this semester, we have 27 students enrolled. And so that's great news. 3 of them are from a neighboring city. Most of them are from Colonia here. And one of them is a pastor from Argentina who has been dreaming for years to take Biblical Greek. And Biblical Greek is one of the classes that we're offering. And so the fact that we've had to scramble to get everything available in a virtual format has opened the door for him to study what has been a dream for him for years. So a lot of things to rejoice about in times of quarantine. And we're thankful for how God is working here. We appreciate your prayers that God help our people to be firm in their faith, to stay connected to the local church, to live holy lives. And we just want to thank you for your support. We want to thank you for your prayers. And you might want to check out this video that we've produced that talks about this project we're working on, the Mystery of Israel. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate it for you as well. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching the video.